Let's assume that we have the user entering in their first name and we're storing it in a variable called fname. Right now what we need to do is check to see if every letter in the string that they entered in is an alphabetical letter. Right? And how can we do that? Well, we're going to use the string method char@, and we're going to use the ASCII value. Now, what is char@? Right? Char@ is a string method, so we need to have a string like fname dot char@, and then we put a index number in the parentheses. Right? So strings are indexed. Right? So if we do char@ 0, and let's say fname is equal to Daniel, then what is char@ 0 going to return? It's going to return the 0 character of the string, which is the capital D. And if I do a char@ 1, it's going to return the lowercase a. A char@ 2, it's going to return the lowercase n. Right? So strings are indexed just like an array is indexed, right? Where we can have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to be using char@. And also, every character on the keyboard has a corresponding ASCII value. And so if you go to Google and you type in ASCII table, it should take you to a website that looks like this. And you can see every key on the keyboard is represented here. We have the number 0, we have less than, greater than, question mark. And more importantly, we have uppercase A down to uppercase Z, and lowercase a down to lowercase z. Right? And if you look at the left side of the column, the left column, you could see that lowercase a has an ASCII value of 97, and lowercase z has an ASCII value of 122. So we can use the ASCII value and the char@ method together to check. Right? So how can we do that? Well, we're going to use a for loop to iterate through the string. So it's going to be I is less than fname.length, like so. And we'll do an I++. And then we're going to check. We're going to check by using an if statement. We're going to say if fname.char@ I is greater than, let's check our values again, greater than 97, including 97, so it's going to be greater than 96, and fname.char@ I is less than 122, including 122, so we're going to have to do 123, right? So if this statement is true, then we know that the character is a lowercase letter, right? Because it is between 97 and 122, right? And so if we look at our ASCII table, 197 and 122. So if it's one of those, we know it's one of these lowercase letters. All right. But we also need to check if it's an uppercase letter, right? So it can be uppercase as well. So how can we do that? Well, we can go ahead and put a parentheses around this Boolean expression here, and we can use the OR operator, right? So we're going to say if it is uppercase, like this Boolean expression is saying, or it is uppercase, right? Lowercase or uppercase. And so uppercase is going to be 65, so it has to be greater than 65, which is greater than 64. And it has to be less than 90, including 90, so it has to be less than 91. Okay. So if this entire Boolean expression is true, then we know for sure it is either a uppercase letter or a lowercase letter. All right. So now how can we check if the entire fname is composed of a letter? Right. Well, we can make a count variable. So we could say int count is equal to 0, create a counter. And inside the if statement, we can go ahead and put count plus plus. After the for loop, we could say if count is equal to fname.length, then we know for sure that every letter is good, right? So we'll do a system.out.println, and we'll say all letters, like so. And so this is the first part of trying to figure out if the first name is a valid first name. We'll talk about the next part in the second video.